Now, after the past three parts of the audiobook, which was about the first chapter or the experiences in the concentration camp by Viktor Frankl, I, Amir Al-Ghajeri, the host of this show, would like to introduce you to the second chapter, which is called a logotherapy in a nutshell. But it's just logotherapy in a nutshell, which is philosophy of Viktor Frankl, as he introduces logotherapy as a form of existential analysis centered on the belief that the primary human drive is not pleasure or power, but the search for meaning. So this part is not audiobook, it's basically a summary of that chapter, but we're going to take a look at it. Basically, he contrasts that logotherapy with Freud's psychoanalysis, which focuses on past traumas and consciousness drives, and Adler's individual psychology, which emphasizes the will to power. Instead, logotherapy sees humans as beings capable of making decisions and finding meaning, regardless of the circumstances. Frankl argues that life holds potential meaning in all situations, even in suffering. And it's through discovering and fulfilling this meaning that people and fulfillment can find fulfillment. Logotherapy differs fundamentally from other psychotherapeutic approaches. Freud's psychoanalysis delves into unconscious drives and past experiences with a focus on uncovering hidden desires and traumas. And Adler's individual psychology, on the other hand, focuses on overcoming feelings of inferiority and striving for superiority and power. In contrast, logotherapy is future-oriented. It is less concerned with the past and more focused on helping individuals find meaning in the present and future, regardless of their circumstances. Now, central to logotherapy is the belief that life holds meaning under all conditions, even in the face of suffering or death. Frankl argues that meaning is not something to be invented or constructed, but something to be discovered. Every person has a unique purpose, and it is their responsibility to find and fulfill it. Frankl, drawing from his own experiences as a Holocaust through their attitudes, decisions, and perspectives, he asserts that life never ceases to have meaning, even in suffering, and that humans have the capacity to choose their responses to any situation. Logotherapy, therefore, empowers individuals by emphasizing their ability to make choices and take responsibility for their lives. And Frankl's core message is that meaning can be found in any circumstance, and it is the discovery of meaning that ultimately leads to psychological and emotional well-being. In the logotherapy in a nutshell, because Viktor Frankl elaborates on the foundational principles and methods of logotherapy, which focuses on how individuals can find meaning in their lives through specific concepts and approaches. There are a few concepts and approaches, and one of them is will to meaning. So the central idea of logotherapy is the will to meaning, which refers to the innate drive in humans to find purpose in life. And according to Frankl, this is the primary motivational force within every individual. He distinguishes it from other psychological theories, such as Freud's pleasure principle or Adler's will to power, by asserting that humans are not merely driven by instincts or desires, but by the need to live a meaningful life. Then the second concept that he discusses is existential frustration and the existential vacuum. So Frankl introduces the concept of existential frustrations and the existential vacuum to describe what happens when people struggle to find meaning. Existential frustration arises when an individual's search for purpose is blocked, causing feelings of emptiness or meaninglessness. The existential vacuum occurs when this frustration becomes chronic, often manifesting as boredom and depression or a sense of inner emptiness. Then he focuses on the core of freedom of will and responsibility, which is a core tenet of logotherapy, that individuals all have the freedom to choose their attitude even in the face of unavoidable suffering. Frankl emphasizes freedom of will, the idea that humans are not victims of their circumstances, but have the power to choose how they respond to them. This freedom comes with responsibility, as each person is responsible for the choices they make and the meaning they assign to their lives. Then Frankl discusses finding meaning in life in three different paths, and he identifies three primary ways in which individuals can find meaning in life. So the first one is through work, which is creating something of value. And one way to find meaning is through productive work or creative endeavors, where an individual contributes something of value to the world. But this can be art, inventions, or any form of creative work that gives one's life a sense of purpose. Then it's through love, or experiencing relationships, that Frankl believes that deep connections with others, especially love, offers another path to meaning. Love allows individuals to see the potential and uniqueness of another person, fostering empathy, selflessness, and purpose through relationships. And the other one is through suffering, which is also called as attitudinal change. When individuals face unavoidable suffering, meaning can still be found by changing their attitude toward the suffering. And Viktor Frankl argues that suffering ceases to be suffering when a person finds meaning in it, and this can lead to personal growth and transcendence. He asserts that how people endure suffering and what they learn from it can become their most profound source of meaning. The defiant power of the human spirit is another core concept that had been mentioned throughout the book, and he tries to look at it in the Logotherapy in a nutshell. So basically, he concludes that one of the most remarkable aspects of human existence is the capacity for tragic optimism, where individuals maintain hope, find meaning, and remain resilient even in the most challenging circumstances. In a sense of all this, Logotherapy offers a framework for individuals to find purpose in their lives by focusing on their capacity for choice and responsibility. Even in situations of sufferings, by helping people discover meaning in work, relationships, and personal struggles, Logotherapy serves as a powerful therapeutic tool for overcoming existential crises and achieving fulfillment. And as we reach the conclusion of man's search for meaning, it's important to reflect on the powerful journey that Viktor Frankl takes us on, both philosophically and personally. The book was divided into two main sections, of course, as we heard before, which I called it 2 chapters, or we can just say 2 parts. And first, it immerses on that imaginable suffering of the Holocaust, and then introduces the philosophy of logotherapy, which Frank developed from his experiences in the concentration camps. At the heart of Frank's message in the belief that life has meaning under all circumstances, even the most terrible ones, through his vivid depiction of life in Auschwitz, we learned that it wasn't the conditions or the brutality that determined a personal survival. Rather, it was their ability to hold on to a sense of purpose, to find meaning even in suffering. Frank shows that while we cannot always control our external circumstances, we have the profound ability to choose how we respond to it. And as we reflect on the man behind these ideas, it's worth noting that Viktor Frankl was not only a psychiatrist, a neurologist, but also a survivor of some of the darkest chapters in human history. He lost his parents, brother, and pregnant wife in the concentration camps, yet out of this darkness, he brought forth a philosophy that emphasizes hope, resilience, and indomitable human spirit. After his liberation, Frankl went to have a remarkable career, writing over 30 books, lecturing globally, and helping countless individuals find meaning in their lives through his practice of logotherapy. His message resonates as strongly today as it did when he first penned Man's Search for Meaning, that even in the face of immense suffering, life holds the potential for meaning, and it is up to us to discover it. In the end, Frankl's work serves both psychological roadmap and a philosophical guide, and as it had helped me a lot through this year, which is the year of 2024, and as we are in October right now, it helped me a lot until today. I hope you guys will be listening to the audiobook, and if not, you're just listening to the summary. If you were encouraged to read the audiobook or read the book or listen to the audiobook, I really encourage you guys. This message remains timeless, reminding us that no matter the circumstances, we can always find meaning in the journey of life, no matter what. And he touched this meaning. He really taught us that by how people who have suffered through Auschwitz really found meaning in the smallest stuff. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being with us on this first audiobook journey in Amir's workshop. I'm really proud to be here and hope to be creating next videos and next audiobooks about other books. Really write down comments of the books you want me to create audiobooks of, and I would be more than happy to do that. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you guys in our next videos. See you.